Today I will talk about NAFTA, the trade agreements of Canada, America, and Mexico. I will introduce some information about NAFTA in 7 parts. First, Part A, the member states. There are 3 member states in NAFTA: Canada, Mexico, and United States. Though NAFTA has been replaced by USMCA in 2020, the member states have not changed. Part B, the historical development. In early 1994, the presidents of the United States, Canada, and Mexico signed agreements which came into effect. The differences between them are USMCA's main goal is to modernize the 25-year-old NAFTA to meet the economic challenges of the 21st century, such as the digital economy, intellectual property rights, and fair competition. So, what's the detailed differences after the change? There are 4 aspects. The automobile industry. The propulsion requirements of the rules of origin of auto parts have been improved. Labor standards require Mexico to carry out labor reform to provide a fair competitive environment. Access to the agriculture market. The Canadian dairy market has been further opened to the United States. The digital trade. A modern chapter on digital trade and e-commerce has been added. Part C, the stated objectives. NAFTA aims to encourage trade between member states, and the import and export tariffs between them have been reduced or abolished, thus forming a huge free trade area. And it also aims to establish common high standards for workplace safety, labor rights, and environmental protection to prevent business from moving to other countries to take advantage of lower wages or more relaxed regulations. Part D, Canada's engagement. Several political and economic factors over the course of the 1980s and into the 1990s led to the creation of NAFTA. Canada and Mexico were wary of the United States' dominant position and initially did not have a unified agreement. But after a change of government in Canada, it has been accepted and led to the negotiation of the CUSFTA. Canada played the role of an active builder, a deep beneficiary, and an effective adjuster in NAFTA. Through its participation in NAFTA, Canada successfully anchored itself within the North American economic system, ensuring access for its products to the world's largest market. However, it also paid the price of economic structure transformation. The smooth transition from NAFTA to USMCA once again demonstrates that Canada regards maintaining trade relations with the United States and Mexico as the cornerstone of its national economic interests. Part E is about the benefits of NAFTA. For Canada, NAFTA has helped create higher-paying jobs in education, engineering, and banking sectors in Canada, boost Canada's GDP, and contributed to overall economic growth. The market has more opportunities and goods diversity is increased as well. 2. By lowering costs and eliminating the need for a physical presence in a foreign country, NAFTA made it easier for smaller Canadian business to engage in international trade, which helped and encouraged small business to develop. 3. Foster a stable environment for trade and promote economic integration, save marketing costs and raw materials. And for America, Americans are also provided high-paying jobs, promote the growth of the North American economy, maintain the United States' position as the top GDP country for many years. 2. Create a more fair competitive environment for American workers. 3. Advocates of free trade generally point to lower prices for consumer goods as one of the main benefits that lower tariffs can bring to U.S. citizens. The average profited from lower prices as a result of NAFTA. Mexico. Mexico is not a developed country. It sometimes relies on foreign investment, so it's very crucial to attract some private investments into Mexico, which increase the foreign investments. And the automotive industry and other manufacturing sectors experience significant growth and job creation. The competition atmosphere encourages to work hard. And more economic opportunities. Mexico's overall economy saw growth, and its position in the global market was enhanced. Next is the disadvantage of NAFTA. For Canada, Canadian companies sold to foreign investors, and because of the large-scale industry, emissions and pollution are rocketed, leading to the pollution of environment. And some workers experience wage stagnation and increased inequality. Some factories may engage in practices of exploiting their employees. And for America, although it brought about a slight increase in the overall economy and improved consumer welfare, it led to severe and regionally concentrated job losses and influenced specific industries and communities. This perception of uneven cost distribution is what makes this agreement highly controversial in American politics. And people lose their jobs because of the competitive globalization. Workers have lost thousands of good jobs as corporations move production to Mexico. Wage inequality has skyrocketed. And for Mexico, manufacturing jobs have been lost to Mexico, where labor costs are lower. The factories exploit workers, give them low wages and poor work conditions. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening. Wealth has mainly flowed to factories owners and the elite class, while the income of ordinary workers has not increased in tandem with the rise in productivity, leading to an increasingly severe phenomenon of social inequality. And without tariffs, many Mexican farmers could not compete and lose their livelihoods. The poverty has forced a large number of farmers to lose their means of livelihood. G. The strengths outweigh the weakness. Based on my research above, I believe NAFTA promotes economic progress and this outweighs the drawbacks. The advantages are reflected in three aspects. 1. Expanding the market scale, such as the free flow of goods and services across North America. 2. Optimizing resource allocation, just like the raw materials. And 3. Stimulating competition, just like lower costs. All these have brought net economic growth to the three member states, though there are some phenomena like job losses and the overall trend is still good. And this page is my works cited. This is the end of my presentation. Thanks for your listening and have a nice day.